Welcome to the centre stage. I am joined by a plethora of great guests and we'll be doing a lot of chat this evening. Joining me tonight is our brand new FIA President, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. We're also joined by Terenzio Testoni, Pirelli's Rally Activity Manager. Mark Rushbrook, the Global Director of Ford Performance, is here as well, as is Stefan Heinrich, Director of Marketing and PR for Hyundai. And also joining us is Haruno Yuichiro, who is Toyota's Project Director.
Well, we'll be welcoming all of the teams, the drivers and the co-drivers, and of course, the new cars.
Yes, those new cars, as you say, these manufacturers have pledged the future to the World Rally Championship in this new plug-in hybrid era. Combined with the combustion engine, we are in for a real show, and also running on 100% sustainable fuel.
Some of the greatest moments there in WRC history. We, of course, celebrate the 50th anniversary year this year. Now, I'd like to turn to our first guest, and that is FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know this is your first TV appearance as the brand new president of the FIA. Indulge me a little here. Let's be a little bit nostalgic and talk about some of the incredible moments in the WRC. You have an amazing career as a rally driver in the Middle Eastern Rally Championship, also in the WRC. What has rallying meant to you? What are the moments you can recall over the years that are special for you?
First of all, I wouldn't have missed this event. Definitely have history with rallying. And it's good to be here in this iconic place, especially to see the cars, of course, and more than that, the teams, but actually the stars, the drivers here. And it was a moment to see the video which was on and being, the cars evolved. Even I wouldn't have been here if I did not start motorsport. To me, it was football or motorsport. So, but it was not easy. I mean, it was an area like our area in the Middle East. It was not the right sport, but then when I took over and I started it, I never looked back. And definitely I drove Toyota and I drove Ford, and that between them split my championship actually. And a team manager here was Malcolm Wilson, of course, who was with me all the time, but really it shaped my life. And when the time came where I retired, I said I will never stop motorsport, but went on to organize. But really, I felt that I owe motorsport and the FIA some more than what it gave me. So now I am here, and I'm actually, there is a lot to work, a lot of work to do. And my experience in the WRC was there, of course, but not as much as a full. I was in Group N, and I enjoyed every part of it, and I'm going to enjoy my position here because you cannot do it just because you have to do it. And every time I go and be in the rally scene, they always said we are a bit blessed that we have the new president is coming actually from rallying, not just motorsport. So there is a lot to work. There is a lot of challenges, not just in the FIA, but in all discipline of the FIA.
Thank you very much. We will come back to you a little bit later on, as we will with all of you gentlemen. Now, we are very eager to see the cars that are under the covers right now. So it's over to Kiri.
Well, we are indeed very excited to reveal those cars. But before we do, let's look back to 2021 and M-Sport's best moments. Well, memories made, but the journey begins once again with the full team that are here now. Malcolm Wilson, Richard Milliner, Craig Green, Paul Nagel, Gus Greensmith, Adrian Formo, and Alex Correa. Okay, well, Malcolm, a lot of sweat and tears went into this car. How proud are you of this moment?
You can't imagine. I mean, this is our 25th year running the Ford program. And I have to say, this is definitely the most exciting car that we've developed and evolved. So we've had incredible support from Ford and from the US. So yeah, we're feeling pretty confident.
I bet you are indeed. All right, well, it is that moment to reveal the brand new M-Sport Rally1 car. Gentlemen, if you will.
Craig, we've just seen the car unveiled. It looks absolutely amazing. But for you also, the dream has come. The deal that you wanted of that full season, that nice contract. You've been testing the car. Just give us an insight to what we're up for this season.
I have to say, I was getting all a bit clearer right there. It's getting very, very real now. So, yeah, it's been amazing, I have to say. And up until last Wednesday morning, everything was perfect. But I have to say, on the back of that, these people have amazed me so far and what they've done just building the car, their spirit and their energy that they put into the program. Absolutely everybody involved in it was incredible. But once again, they pulled the blinder and amazed me even more. So I really can't wait to get involved. The project's been amazing since the very beginning. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it looks as well.
I wasn't going to mention last Wednesday, but you brought it up. But as you say, it's the blood, sweat and tears, isn't it, that goes into this whole program, and everybody here and everyone back in Dovenby Hall. It's a proud moment.
Absolutely. You know, I've been involved in this project quite late on, but the work and effort that's gone into it, I think the public, the fans don't realise just quite how much effort and energy has gone into all of these cars, all the manufacturers. They've embraced this new regulations. They've really embraced the hybrid technology. And you know, at the end of it, we have these amazing rally cars that we are very, very lucky to be taking part in this amazing championship this year. And yeah, it's a nice time to be part of the sport, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
We'll talk later on. Thank you very much, Craig.
Thank you.
Well, let the games begin for M-Sport. Before we reveal the new Hyundai car, let's look back at their best moments of 2021. Plenty to celebrate for Hyundai and many more memories to be made for 2022. Okay, the lineup: Pablo Marcus, Thierry Neuville, Martin Vidaga, Oyt Tanak and Martin Javioja, Oliver Solberg, Danny Sordo and Candida Carrera. Welcome. Okay, well, Pablo, it's a new era for Hyundai and a new beginning. How exciting are these times?
Finally, we are here after many months of development, hard work of our team, and we are ready for the new era, for the hybrid technology, new regulations. So just to offer our fans, our teams, drivers, the best as possible season for next year.
Okay, well, a good season it's going to be indeed. Well, are you ready for the reveal of the brand new Hyundai Rally1 car, gentlemen?
Thierry, 9th season with Hyundai. It seems like a lifetime. This is a new generation. The car looks fantastic. We've seen 2 of the 3. But what are the targets this year?
Yeah, I mean, the targets stay pretty much the same as every year. I mean, together as a team, we're going to fight for the Manufacturers' Championship, and I think it can't be more interesting as it has ever been, or it will be more interesting than it has ever been because, a new era starts, Rally1 cars, hybrid systems, new technologies. And I have to say the period of development has been very short. And I mean, Craig just before mentioned very well how much effort and work has gone into those new cars. And I just can congratulate everybody in our team who has done an amazing job to make this possible. And we are really looking forward. We're excited. I mean, nobody really knows where we stand facing the other manufacturers. So a lot of excitement around, a lot of unknown as well. Many challenges we're going to face this year, many new challenges. But I think that we as a team are ready, and we're really looking forward.
Well, I was looking through the regulations and all the different strategies that you can play during a stage. How much more work and how technical is it going to be for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm since many years now in WRC, and I have spent my last 8 years with Hyundai, and I have never seen such a busy period, not only for the team, but as well for us drivers to prepare for the new season. So many things are new, different strategies, different technologies, and we all need to get into that. A lot of things to learn, a lot of paperwork as well before the start of the season. But yeah, I have the feeling like we are ready to start. I'm not sure if anybody can say that he's 100% confident in the car already and confident that it's going to work as good as we would like. But at least we are here, we are ready to start. And yeah, I'm sure that any of those challenges we're going to overcome as a team.
Thank you very much, Thierry.
All right, well, so many new things indeed, but there's plenty in the past. So let's look back over Toyota's best moments of 2021. Well, what a way to finish a season for Toyota. And they are all joining me now. Kai Lindstrom, Elvin Evans, Scott Martin, Kalle Rothenperä, Joni Hautanen, Takamoto Katsuta, Aaron Johnson, and Benjamin Velez. Well, Kai, reigning world champions, that has a nice ring to it. How excited are you for a new era and a new season?
Yes, excited, but new season, I think it's a mixture of nerves and excitement. 2021 was a very successful year for us, but now with the new regulations, the situation is a bit different. So to build a new car, it's a huge effort, and we put a lot of work to it to come up with the best package possible. We are happy with the work we've done, but I think we need to wait until next week's Thursday when all these cars are driven competitively in the same piece of road in Monte-Carlo to see where we stand.
For sure, I think Thursday might be very exciting, but another very exciting moment for you. It is time for Toyota to reveal their new Rally1 car. Gentlemen.
Elvin, all three cars are now unveiled. Obviously, yours looks the best because I'm standing next to you right now. But Kai just saying there about how it's like nervous energy. But what's going through your mind now? It's getting real. You've done the testing behind closed doors. Monty's just around the corner. What are the nerves like and the targets?
Yeah, of course, like the other guys mentioned, you know, it's been a period of very hard work, especially for the designers and engineers. But for us as drivers now, obviously we've done, you know, a reasonable amount of testing, but still it feels very difficult to capture, you know, all the dimensions of the car, all the systems. So it all still feels very new. And of course, there's an apprehension among us all, I think, about how we're going to perform for one, but also how we're going to cope with the new technology and make it work to its best come a few days' time.
The last two seasons, you've been runner-up in the World Championship. The world champion, Sébastien Ogier, is on a limited programme. Does that make you favourite automatically, or what is the plans there, and what are your rivals eyeing you up for?
Well, I think some maybe would argue that, but in all honesty, you know, it's so open now. Of course, everybody started with cars from the ground up. We really don't know where we're going to be, how each driver will take to the new technology. So I think we can definitely not take anything for granted. I think the workload will be even higher this year. So, of course, we're there to try our best. And, of course, the target is always the championship. But who knows? It's very unknown, I believe.
A lot of work to do. Thank you very much, Alvin.
Well, the cars look absolutely amazing. I think everyone will agree with that. Now it's time to talk to the panel who we have on the centre stage. They're looking all a bit serious right now. No need to worry, gentlemen. We're not getting too serious this evening. Stefan, I'm going to start with you. Stefan Henrich from Hyundai. It's a brand new era of motorsport, which we are diving into with the WRC. Now, it's all about sustainability. How important is sustainability to the brand?
I mean, everybody involved in the game was pushing for that. Everybody was looking to get new technology into the cars as the automotive world is going electric. It's from plug-in hybrids to mild hybrids to full electric fuel cell electric vehicle cars. So as the commercial business of the brands are into going step by step into electric, we need something to prove that this is also in motorsport. And as motorsport is the hub to sell, let's say, the products, and I think there's no doubt that WRC is one of the most toughest competitions by temperatures, by altitude, by surfaces. So this is the proof ground for new technologies, and this is something where we can show that this is in line with what we do for the manufacturers involved, at least, and for those which might be interested in joining the game as well.
Absolutely, you're right. We certainly do challenge our drivers with a number of surfaces and terrains, of course. Thank you very much for that. Yuichiro Haruna now from Toyota. Kiri mentioned reigning champions, of course, after such a successful year last year, and the expectation will be there again, I'm sure. Now, Toyota is the pioneer in hybrid technology when you look at it. How can competition in WRC help to sharpen the brand image for Toyota in terms of visibility, in terms of attractiveness, sportiness even?
Yes, so for Toyota, we are participating for the WRC because we would like to make the ever better cars from the competition. And finally, we could make the GR Yaris production car. And then in terms of the hybrid, of course, now it's going to be challenging. But as we are participating in the World Endurance Championship for more than 10 years, we have quite a bunch of experience from there, and we got some support and to make those these Rally1 cars, and which is nice. And then in terms of the sporting side, I think we can, from the WRC, we can show, this using the hybrid is still exciting, and we can show participating in the WRC that the hybrid cars are fun to drive. So this will sharpen up our brand also.
Thank you very much, Haruna-san. We're going to turn now to Terenzio from Pirelli. Terenzio, sustainability is the word of the moment. How important is that to Pirelli? And what can you learn from the WRC in terms of production that then can get passed down to the global users?
No, I mean, for sure, the sustainability for Pirelli is the priority. And then is a driver for every activity, which is not only motorsport. Also, I mean, on the factory where we made the tires, but also distribution claim. So we are putting the sustainability everywhere, inside the factory, but also outside the factory. In the factory, our target is to reduce everything, the water, the energy, but also to reduce, to use, actually, to use a mono-use plastic, you know. And then also, at the same time, we are increasing to use more sustainable material, which is our target. But at the same time, also the company which is working for Pirelli, we are asking, you know, the same goal, the same target, just to be, you know, 100% as maximum we can. But also, I mean, we are quite also happy because, especially last year, we received, thanks to the FIA, a 3-star, the award, and then which is Pirelli is the first and also the only one tire manufacturer which is received. So for us, is a priority today.
It's a huge priority for everyone. Terenzio, thank you very much. Let's turn to Mark Rushbrook now from Ford. I could see your eyes and your mouth smiling when you saw the livery of the car. It's a brand new car. It's the Puma we see this year. And the word hybrid will be discussed a lot, and we'll be learning a lot throughout the year about hybrid technology. How important is it for Ford that technology has now come into the World Championship?
Yeah, it's very important, all these changes that we have coming for 2022. Motorsports is part of the fabric of Ford Motor Company. It goes back to before our founding. In 1901, Henry Ford won a race with his car called Sweepstakes. He used that, the innovation, technical learning, marketing, developing people, to found our company in 1903. And we've been in motorsports ever since. Specifically, WRC is a great place for us for all those same reasons, especially for the product relevance, the ability to tell it on a global stage, and to connect with some of the most passionate fans that are out there. So we love being in WRC, and our world is changing, our company is changing. We've got a very big commitment that we're making globally for sustainability and for electrification. So what the FIA has done with the WRC promoter, with the other manufacturers, to come together with these set of rules to allow us to race with a sustainable fuel, still have the great sound and smells of a combustion engine, but bring in electrification. And with hybrid, it really allows us to dig deep in the innovation and technical learning, because you've got to optimize the strategy, the calibration, understand the hardware, what you can get out of it. It will really challenge our team that we have internally in Ford Performance, and a great partnership with M-Sport. We're really looking forward to see what we've done for the last 2 years and get it out in the rally here next week.
Well, we are also very much looking forward to seeing it at Rally Monte-Carlo this week. Thank you very much, Mark. Let's turn now finally back to our FIA president and talk about sustainability and what the goals are in the midterm and the long term.
The FIA has a responsibility towards the world, towards the environment. So engaging with the manufacturer, it was not actually easy at the beginning, but going, as they said, electrifying all the cars is not the only solution, but the hybrid that's coming with the sustainable fuel is the way. I'm sure that this is a big test to the Rally1, but also puts a lot of pressure, not also on the engineers and the teams and the manufacturers, but also on the driver to adjust to the new way of driving. But working together also with our promoter, I can see really, I'm optimistic about the future for WRC, but not WRC, but the rallying family as a whole. You see, you have the proper pyramid there, and this maybe hybrid might go into the other discipline of the pyramid, but we will see that.
Thank you very much. Now, we've had a lot of talk about hybrid technology and the changes that we'll see this year. To help you out, to understand a little bit more, we have some 3D animations we're going to take a look at.
Well, that's what it looks like in 3D animation. A lot of information to take in. Let's just now get our panel of people who know more about it than I do, and we'll dive straight in with Hyundai's Julien Moncey. Julien, I met you on the test of the Rally1 team back in Italy last year. It was early days. We now have the new car, but what are we looking at from a technical side, and how important is it? And just give us some insights of how different it's going to be.
Well, first of all, fascinating. How excited are you when you see, when we go from this virtual presentation to real life, how all these new elements of this gigantic puzzle will come together? Me, I'm super excited, and I hope you will be as well.
I'm sure we will be, for sure. We're going to come back around the table, but we'll go to Rich Milner of M-Sport Ford. Rich, obviously, your car is the wildest colour scheme, I would say, that wins that award, definitely, for sure. It looks fantastic. A lot of testing been going on. Probably you were first out the blocks, I think we're fair to say. But how exciting is it to be involved from the ground up in this? And how important is it for WRC to go hybrid and for M-Sport to be involved in it?
You know, WRC is one of the most toughest and extreme motorsports out there across the globe, across all these different terrains, and implementing technology that's current and relevant into the competition, and a technology that once you speak to the drivers that driven these cars tell you it really makes a difference, is really exciting for the series. I think we have to keep developing. WRC needs to keep changing. You know, if you stay still, you get left behind. And look what happened the last time we introduced new regulations in 2017. We had some of the closest competition for 4 years. I expect it will be the same again now. And it's great because it keeps the teams developing, keeps the manufacturers interested, and it keeps the fans engaged. And I think as a fan, reading some of the comments and concerns from fans about hybrid technology, I think we've proven now from the testing videos and what we've seen and what we're going to see next week that this is only positive for the series. And anything that we can do in these environments that helps go back to the road cars, which you can buy, you know, you can buy all of these products in your showroom, and that's what's so exciting about rallying. So it's a really good positive step forward, and I can't wait for it to start.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to start. Kai, something that might have alarmed you in there is Rich is expecting and hoping really tight competition. As current champions, you would like it a bit nice and calm, a bit nice and easy, wouldn't you? But what can we expect as a spectacle? I mean, I don't even know if you've left the office whilst that's been in testing and you've actually seen it running or not. But what is the vibe around the factory about this new technology?
Well, everyone is really motivated and happy that we are now in this position that cars are ready and we are good to go for Monte-Carlo. I do agree with Rich, it's going to be tight for sure, but exciting. You know, we have a combustion engine with quite high horsepowers, and then we add 134 horsepower of hybrid unit. So yeah, it's going to be spectacular.
I can't wait for it. I hope it is really close, like Rich said. But there is another element, Bruno, from the FIA has joined us, because not only do they look amazing, they're sat behind you, the cars, but they are now the safest ever rally cars we've seen. Can you just give us an insight of what has been done for these new generation of cars, Bruno?
A lot has been done for the safety on that car. We really had two big projects related to this new generation of WRC car. One is, of course, related to the fact that it's hybrid. We have high voltage on board, and we have to be careful with that. That means we have special devices on board. We have a special safety organization around the event. We have trained the crew on the e-safety, safety for high voltage. We have crew the marshal. We have trained the marshal as well. We have informed the public. There's all a plan to ensure that the safety will be very good for operating this car in all conditions. The second project is related to the structure itself, to the safety cage. You saw in the presentation that there is a tubular frame now based on FIA standards, and we had a huge research program on that one, made from calculation, made from test, to have a really, really strong structure to protect first the crews, of course, but also the hybrid system itself with the high voltage. And unfortunately or fortunately, some of the crews already tested it, and I can assure you that it's really a huge step that the FIA has made in terms of safety.
It is a huge step, and we're grateful to the FIA. Each one of your cars has been upside down at some point. We come back to you, Julian.
Yes.
I love uncertainty of the sport. I love strategy. There is going to be a whole new dimension of strategy for these drivers and crews with their torque maps, power maps that they've got in stage. Just give us an insight to what is available to them in the stages with these maps.
Okay, so let's make it simple. How does it work?
I like simple.
Yeah, so perfect. You brake, you regen. If the regen is enough, you accelerate, you get the boost. That's the simple way to explain it. Now, you have 3 maps for boost, 3 maps for regen. They're homologated. You cannot change them, and you have to select one of each before every stage. And yeah, and you have as well the possibility to deactivate the hybrid during the stage. But if you want to reactivate it, you have to wait about 60 seconds.
Rich, it sounds all very kind of complicated for the well, definitely for me. But I mean, it is, again, another element, strategy. Where is that going to come in with the engineers working with the crews as well now? Because they're going to have a load of work to do, extra work. Oh, no, well, a new challenge, let's say that.
I think it's a development aspect of the sport. You know, we're going to learn as we go along. We've learned a lot from testing, but the rallies are completely different. And you know, I think it's going to take a driver and a pairing that are actively thinking about how they're approaching each rally to make the best of the technology we have. But ultimately, it's like you say, a new challenge. And you know, in the end of the season, we'll have all learned a hell of a lot. And you know, I think we'll be maximising it to its best ability before too long. And that's why I go back to what I said. I expect close competition because we're all teams that are capable of winning, and we all know what it takes. And I'm sure we'll all get there very quickly.
Kai, will come to you for one final question in this round. It is, as we said, such for the crews, for the engineers. This is a new dimension, and not only are we going hybrid, but we're really kind of throwing in this strategy. And I love it. How much are your crews looking forward to it, or is there a lot of head scratching and a lot of worry in there?
I hope they're going to love it, but obviously the car has enough things to sort without the hybrid, and now there's one more thing for them to work with the hybrid and the power that can be generated with that. So I think some drivers will handle that better than the others, so that would be also make it interesting, and for us and for the fans as well.
I can't wait. Thank you very much, Kai, and back to Bex.
Very much, Julian. Well, we've heard the tech talk, we've seen the liveries, but what about these cars in action? We're going to take a look at some testing footage now and hear a little bit more from our drivers afterwards.
Well, there was some testing from the Monte-Carlo rally. I can't wait to get there now because it's so exciting. But we're going back into the M-Sport team. We've got the crews here. Gus, I suspect you were part of some of that video we've just seen. You've been out in the car. How exciting. You get excited anyway, a bit like me. We get super excited about this. But how does it feel now that you've done a proper amount of mileage in that car?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that we noticed coming straight from the 17 cars into this new generation of hybrids was the hybrid power. You going down the straights, and now when you've got your normal engine, it feels a bit slow and you don't have the hybrids. So the cars are really, really impressive. The team have done a fantastic job, and yeah, the whole car for me is feeling at one. And yeah, I've really enjoyed driving it so far.
With what you've done now, obviously it's a lot of learning to kind of come in. You're progressing as a driver yourself. What are your targets, your personal targets for this season?
I think Richard already set me them, and I set myself the same one. So the first one's to go and get the stage win, and then, yeah, we want to see a podium this year because I feel that the car is going to be competitive. And yeah, it's going to be very close, but yeah, that has to be the aim this year.
Well, we're going to move across to your teammate, partner in crime, Adrian Formo. Obviously, you have your stage win. You snatched it from Gus last season, so you've achieved that. But in the testing, yeah, getting back, yeah. In the testing, how do you feel in the car? How different is it? I mean, you're still quite young in your WRC career.
Yeah, I'm still quite young, but I'm starting to have some experience. But it's really nice, honestly, when you have the combination with engine and the hybrid. It's such a really big push, and so it's really nice in the stages. So okay, the car is a bit different, but I was really enjoying. The team have done a really good job, so I'm really happy with the car. It will change a bit our driving, definitely, because we really need to regen as much as we can on the braking. So it will be a big part for this season. And but yeah, we have a really strong team. I'm also really looking forward to work with Sebastian Loeb because he was my hero before, and now I'm lucky to work with him in the team. So I really appreciate that. And he's also French, so we have two French crew in the team. So it's really nice.
I was going to touch on the Sebastian Loeb thing, how cool it was. You've mentioned that, but obviously your partnership with Alex continues as well. How is that partnership now? With the testing mileage, it must be getting better.
Yeah, the first time we worked together was in the Rally1 car in the Puma, so it was nice. And also we have worked for 3 rallies now, and it happened really well. So we have done a good job, and we are still learning. But honestly, we are quite confident that we are really ready now. So all is really good. We have a really good relationship. He helped me a lot before the rally and during the rally, so it's really nice. So I appreciate to work with him.
I'm looking forward to it as well. I mean, having Sebastian Loeb in there, have you been like trying to get information out of him? How much has he helped you?
Yeah, the first time I tried to have some information with Sebastian was for Kenya, and it works quite good. So I was really happy to call him before. And then also I went to his test with the Puma, so it was really interesting for me to work with and see his feeling and see if my feeling was close to him or not. So it looks like it's quite similar. So it was really interesting, and he have a lot of experience for sure. So I'm learning a lot.
Thank you very much. And now over to Kiri, who is with Hyundai.
I am indeed. A very packed sofa down here at Hyundai. So we'll start with you first of all. Oid, you are the only man sitting in this building to have a World Championship title to your name. So what does the new era and the new car hold for you?
It's first of all new for everyone actually. So yeah, we start from a blank sheet. So it's a lot to wait for actually. We've been working quite hard. The boys in the workshop working many times harder. So yeah, we are now waiting for our entry cars to arrive to Monaco and then to get the first taste.
Now, it's a very different driving experience to be driving the hybrid car. So what have you made of it? What were the experiences like when you first sat in that car?
It's actually very different. First of all, you know, the regulations have changed quite a lot. So let's say probably the handling has decreased a bit, but same time we have got quite a bit more power. So let's say I'm sure in many places the talent needs to come into the play as well, you know, to keep us on the road. But it will be challenging, especially for the drivers. I think many things to manage and to really get the maximum support from the engineering side as well with the strategies for the hybrid kits. So a lot to think about, and you know, first thing we are going to Monte. Normally it was just about the tricky weather conditions, slicks, snow, wet, and now we need to think some other things extra as well. So looking to be challenging.
Okay, well, plenty to think about. I'll get you to pass the mic over to Oliver because it is a new era and you are the new generation. I don't want to put too much weight on your shoulders, but how are you feeling heading into the season?
Oh, well, it's definitely very exciting. You know, it's a dream come true to be able to first of all sit in the sofa with these legends, let's say, and it's been very, very exciting already starting the testing and already learning so much from the drivers. I think it's very exciting.
Okay, well, Danny, I don't want to put too much on you, but from the young to the old, what has your experience made of this new generation of car?
Yeah, honestly, it's like it's really, it will be a little bit more challenge for the drivers. Of course, the car I didn't drive a lot yet, but I follow the test and all, and it will be interesting for sure. At the beginning, it will be always a little bit more difficult for everybody, but I think the car they will be performing well, and they will be like good fights like before. And I'm also waiting for Monte-Carlo. It will be very interesting.
Okay, well, it is a very exciting regeneration for the WRC.
Sorry?
A very exciting new generation.
Yeah, of course, new generation of everything, of the cars, of the drivers. So it's really nice to look also for the young people coming to the team to do some events and to see Oliver to growing up his career is so nice. But of course, with the car, it will be amazing.
All right, Julian, they're raring to go over here in Hyundai.
Yeah, I suspect the reigning champions here as well at Toyota are raring to go, and a youngster, the baby of the team really, he's only just old enough to have a driving licence, for 2 wins. Kalle Rovanperä, last year was amazing. The learning was big. Another new thing to learn now, but what are your thoughts going into 2022?
Of course, it's really exciting. Like everybody is saying, it's a big change in the cars, and the overall driving experience for the drivers is really different. So yeah, it's gonna be nice to start from the even play field from everybody and have the same experience.
Last year when we started on even playing fields with rallies, you did pretty well. You know, Lapland you were quick, Kenya you were out front, same with the Acropolis Rally. This is a good omen. What are your personal targets, as in chasing podiums, victories, etc.?
Of course, I want to continue what we started last year. We want to be in the podium fight and in the rally win fights. Of course, we also want to be in the title fight this year.
Okay, I think someone else who would like to have a bit of more podium action is Takamoto Katsuta. Taka, Kenya's one of my favourite places in the world. It was your first podium. It must be one of your favourite places in the world. Just take me back to that week in Africa last year and what it meant to you.
Yeah, honestly, it has been already quite long days, so I forgot quite a lot because of after Kenya, I have been really tough situation for many things. So yeah, let's say that moment was very special. That was best result in my career so far. So yeah, that was very nice memories. But you know, times are going on, and this year I'm trying to be on podium again, and even more some rallies. Hopefully end of the season when I get more experience and I'm more comfortable in the car. So, but first of all, I want to say to the team and thank you so much to giving me this kind of special opportunity again. Without this project, program, I cannot be here. So, yeah, I really thanks to them.
Something else that hopefully will happen this year is the final round of the championship will be at home in Japan. What will that mean to you as well?
Yeah, that's very special for sure. I try to be, ready to push as much as possible. But, you know, I cannot rush too much, step by step, build the confidence and everything and the experience, especially beginning of the season to, you know, ready for the fight on top in Rally Japan. Yeah.
I think there's quite a few people around in here who might be wanting that top place in Japan, but Takamoto, we wish you all the best and thank you very much. And over to Bex in the centre stage.
Yes, welcome back to the centre stage, everyone. So much excitement and anticipation ahead of that first round getting underway at Rally Monte-Carlo this week. Back with our FIA president, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. You touched on it earlier, you know, that technology is hugely impressive. The drivers have a real challenge on their hands. They're going to have to adapt their driving style to this new technology. Now, if you were behind the wheel of this car, would this have been a challenge you would have relished back in the day?
I mean, the cars evolved. It was always on the drivers mainly than the technology. Now it's back. It's back into the challenges, more into the manufacturers. Definitely, the FIA has a lot to give with the team, but also the drivers are doing much more calculation, and I feel they agree with me. But it's a different world of motorsport. Really, you can't compare it to the back. I mean, the cars look, but they are under the skin. They're completely different. I can't wait till I test a car and see the difference that how the manufacturer evolved, and especially in the WRC.
Yes, indeed. We talked a lot about technology, and we will talk a little bit more with the rest of you gentlemen on our panel. But we've talked a lot, as I mentioned, about the technology. Where exactly are we going to see it in action this year? Let's take a look at the 2022 World Rally Championship calendar, shall we? We start then, of course, on this 50th anniversary year at Rally Monte-Carlo. We head to Sweden and a little bit further north than we're used to. Croatia returns, Portugal, Sardinia, Safari Rally Kenya is back, and we see a brand new addition to the calendar. The legendary Rally New Zealand returns. That is an incredible lineup of destinations for our competing crews this year. Now, back to Pirelli and to Terenzio. We've seen an incredible calendar there, an array of gravel, tarmac, snow and ice. Incredible surfaces and big challenges for our drivers. That also means big challenges for Pirelli to produce the tyres to be able to compete on these various surfaces. Are we ready for 2022, Terenzio? Tell me you are.
No, I mean, okay, I mean, we hope we are ready. I mean, we started already to work for 2022 last year in the middle of the season when the regulation came out. And then we did a test with our own cars. But finally, we was waiting to do a test directly with the car manufacturer in November and December, which is looks quite positive. The comment from the team for the driver. So we did already a first, let me say, upgrade in the product. We didn't change completely the product, but we made the upgrade, at least for the first part of the season. But also we never stop to find a new technology, especially the car they are new. Is the weight, which is part, is make much more stress for the tire, and then especially for sure the weight we will increase the tire wear of the tire. But also the power now is more. We know they have much more power, but what is missing, we don't know exactly how much they can get the reality power on the stage. And then we know the torque will be also, quite strong, or will be stronger than last year. So at the moment we are quite confident, but we are already working for the second part of the season, where I believe the car should be even more faster, because the driver, they have much more experience, the team, they know much more about the car. And then the second part for the tire for sure will be harder, and then we are quite confident. But also the good thing, thanks to the FIA, this year we will do our test development directly with the team manufacturer. Exactly what we learned from F1, because in F1 all the test is made directly with the team, and then for sure that we will help us to get a faster feedback from everybody, and at the same time, I mean, our reaction will be even faster.
Thank you very much, Terenzio. Now, back to our three manufacturer representatives here. A little bit of a cheeky question to end, gentlemen. Which crew's going to win the World Championship in 2022? Mark Rutschbrook, let's start with you.
I think it's going to be really close competition. I know all of these teams are capable of winning. I know that everyone's been working really hard. It's going to come down to the conditions, the experience, and adapting to it. I think the car will have Pirellis on it, though. I cop out with that?
You could be a great politician, Mark. I give you that. I'm not sure there was an answer in there at all. Stefan, do you want to give us one?
I couldn't define better.
Haruna-san, help me out.
Even after Monte-Carlo, we might not have a clear idea because Monte-Carlo is very special. Then we go for Sweden, which is special as well. I think it will be mid-season to get an idea what crews can manage best these new technologies and stay on the road.
Okay.
I think this is one of the key for success for Monte-Carlo especially.
And very briefly, Haruna-san, who is going to win?
To be honest, I was watching the cars and every car looks really fast. So I can't say who's going to win, but of course we did quite good job. And I think for the other manufacturers, I think everybody did really hard work, and I really admire that. So it's going to be really exciting competition.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you all attending, and it's been fantastic to chat with you all. I'm very much looking forward to Rally Monte-Carlo coming into action this week. Kiri and Julian, what are you looking forward to the most this year?
Thanks, Beck. Some of the most diplomatic men in the world there, I think. Yes. Julian, what are you most looking forward to?
All of it. I just can't wait. I mean, Monte-Carlo is one of my favourite events. That unpredictability, that uncertainty, the trepidation of tyre choices, weather, then throw in a whole new generation of cars. I can't wait. I'm pleased I'm standing in the commentary box and not out on the stages where the guys and girls are going to be, because it's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult and it's going to be exciting. Well, thank you to everybody here at Hangar 7. Change is coming, and it is just a matter of moments away before the new era is upon us. Well, from all of us, it is goodbye for now. We'll see you in Monte-Carlo.